So after seeing the Fujifilm X-E5 price leak, I felt like I had to make this video quick, and I have realized I was put on this earth to bring Fujifilm to justice. I've made multiple videos now discussing Fujifilm and some of their strategies as far as like keeping their stock afloat and their aspirations of being the next Leica. So to recap those briefly, for those that don't know, and everything's ephemeral now with the way algorithms are, we're gonna go through it really quick, I promise. I would say it started with fake shortages. So since the X105, they haven't changed production or done anything to address demand. Obviously, pre-orders are out of control. Although recently they did move some production back to Japan due to the tariffs. So they apparently have some ability to do this, which is curious. So this led to what I call the Fujifilm pre-order gun to your head. Basically, pre-order right now or maybe wait a year plus for your product. Oh, you didn't pre-order? Well, you have two options. So you go into the secondhand market and pay an obscene markup, which they use to pump the market tolerance for their products. And then you have what I jokingly call the peasant camera offerings. Basically, literally some of the same parts in a cheaper camera, not the hype camera that you wanted, but although those aren't available either. Now they have released the XT50, the XM5, and the GFX 100 RF all since the X106. The XM5 and the 100 RF practically don't exist in the US though. It's impossible to order them. The X106, same at retail, but that's super obvious. So it turns out it's not actually about getting cameras in people's hands or increasing market share. It's actually been pretty stable since I checked from 2020, hovering around 6%. If they wanted to gobble market share, then they would be pricing aggressively to get people into these systems, but they're not doing that. So now you can basically just release a camera, have an event, peddle it to some influencers, and have no actual proof that it's getting to consumers' hands, and hopefully line go up. We actually have quite literally the opposite in that everyone knows this stuff is not available. It's part of what is driving the hype and FOMO around it. Now, I'm obviously not calling this some like pure vaporware. Obviously, some amount of it is out there, but I think this is the closest to pure speculation the fucking camera market has been. And that's what makes it so much like crypto. It's pure speculation for the sake of making money. Now, I feel like some of the influencers on here maybe are getting ready to type, well, you're just poor and bitter and you can't get this stuff. Poor maybe, but I have been warning about this stuff for a year plus because it's making photography less accessible. Why would I want that for something that I and so many others enjoy? So no, I don't have to be grateful that technology is amazing and there's so many options from the past 20 years out there for people to get and blah, blah, blah. I can rightfully be pissed that these practices are making it worse for everyone. Even if you're in other systems, these practices, we've already seen it spread as far as sales procedures go. Market tolerances for prices, it all spreads, so it does affect you. Now, I'm a very small creator on here, if you want to call me that, but I know this sentiment is shared by a lot of people, so I'm not the only one. I think from here on out, if you're shilling Fujifilm at all, you should be laughed out of the room. You might as well be a tech YouTuber saying that Apple Vision Pro is the future and everyone's going to have this and it's great. It's just laughable. Now, maybe this sentiment gets out there a little more. And between that and the sheer cost of the X-E5, people just say, you know what? Keep your bullshit X-E5. We don't care. And that's exactly what Fujifilm would deserve. There are better systems at better prices that are actively available. Lumix and Nikon immediately come to mind. So the next time some archetypal chill Zoomer YouTuber tells you there's just something special about Fujifilm over lo-fi beats or whatever, just unsubscribe. Save yourself the time. If you're already in the system and like it, great. That's totally fine. You don't need to tell me about it. Maybe when the time comes for you to upgrade, if you need to or to replace your system, I would look at other options. I do think, regardless what I think as a small YouTuber or anybody else thinks, that utility is going to win out and that other systems with, more features, better price, Lumix and Nikon come to mind. I do think that they're going to win out and that we're very much in a time where use value is king again. Hasn't been like that for a while, I'd say. But yeah, people are more interested in, the actual features, what is actually offered and not just the experience and what it means about you as a consumer. That's why you see a lot of backlash for Nintendo and Apple. People are kind of over that stuff, and they want utility. You know, to some extent, we as you know, if you're a working person, we don't need to have the cutting edge kept away from us, you know, by these insane prices and practices. So I think that very much is a shared sentiment, and maybe a bit of a silver lining for this video, just a bit of a rant. But yeah, utility is going to win. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. Thanks for watching. Do all the YouTuber stuff, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Later.